What's up, guys? It is JD from Let It Rip Side by Side and Adventure. We are out in the garage. We have our first mod going on. Now, I know we just did a reveal video on having the Tacoma and getting ourselves into the second rig. Which first question is what does Ashley think about the new rig?
Can't tell. I haven't driven it.
She has not, which brings us to where we're at currently right now, and this is what this video is all about. Everybody realizes that putting modifications or doing things to a machine, it's a lot easier doing it to it when it's clean versus when they're all dirty and nasty and just full of dirt and mud and crap. It just makes it extremely difficult. So one of the big things that we wanted to do is put some fender flares on this. Now, there is very little aftermarket support for these scramblers, but if you can see that the wheels stick so far outside the fenders that if you plan on doing long distance trips, say 100 miles or so, when you've got camera gear and helmets and goggles and all that, you get extremely covered in mud, debris, water. So we want to be able to bring that down. So what are we doing today, man?
Flares.
Is that what's in here?
I think so.
Yes. So Ashley is going to bust these open. Ashley's going to pop these open. Let's see if we can find. Right here's a razor blade.
Good, because you know how I am with cardboard boxes. Not well.
Yeah. Yeah. So now these are from a company called Kimpex. Now I will put their information up in the screen right here or somewhere around that. I will put the description in the link as well. Now within that description for these fender flares for the Polaris Scrambler, there is a specific part number. If you go to Kimpex and looks, it doesn't look like these fender flares are specifically designed for these machines because they have a breakdown of different part numbers, and each part number is associated with a different machine. So if you do want to get into these fender flares, they're from Kimpex. Don't get discouraged. Be sure to look in our description. It has a part number and it will give you an idea. What is that?
Free calendar.
Free calendar. Didn't know we got a free calendar. So what's in the box? So this is what we got going on. We've got hardware. Okay, and then we have the fender flares themselves. Okay, that is a rear. So yes, it should go something like that. And then it should go match down there. And that is kind of what it is going to look like. Now, the only downside, guys, is shown right here, is you can see the holes right there. There is no holes in these plastics at all. So you do have to, and I will state that again, you do have to drill holes in your brand new plastics to install these fender flares. So it is what it is. But if you buy a set, they're like 160, 170 bucks. Ashley's got a rear here, and then what else we got? And then we've got a front. Kind of fit this one up, Ashley, a little bit.
I gotta put one down.
Yeah, I'll take that one. Okay. And as you can see, it fits up in there. And judging just by an original, just by setting it up there, it looks like it's got pretty good quality and it's got good fitment. So what do we need to do this? We need, if you want to take that box, you can get that box down, babe. Okay. So from what I can see, you need a drill with a 1/4-inch drill bit. You're going to need a Torx bit because you do have to take these off in the information that I have gathered. They want you to leave those off of there, but I know somebody else that already has these, and it looks more finished and it looks better if you put those on over the top of the aftermarket fender flares, so we will deal with that when we get to that point. So, and you also need a push pin removal tool, which if you guys don't use these right here, solid, very easy. So Torx bit, Phillips drill bit, and then whatever size wrench you need for that right there. So we are going to get started, and we are going to start pulling some stuff off of here. I think we'll actually start with Ashley's. Have you thought of a name yet?
I don't know.
She hasn't thought of a name yet.
I can't name it till I ride it.
That's it. So that's the deal. She can't name it until she rides it.
And
so
I'm not allowed to ride it without flares.
Yeah. And then we do have something else that is going on Ashley's, which is in the box right over there, and we'll touch base with that when we get that far. So let's start getting this tore apart and go from there.
Got it.
Got it. Okay, and then we get this right here, like that, and then there should just be.
Hey, you want to do the other side?
Yeah. And that should just be 1, 2, 3 of those, 4 of them, I believe, and just zip those up. I think it's untightened, so make sure it's unloosed.
No, it's not loose.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Should be, unless that's backwards. Oh, a little bit, yeah. Spun out on me.
Okay, I'll take that. She'll get the 4th one down there on the bottom. Now, obviously, this is something you can probably do yourself. However, the gentleman that actually showed me the link to get into these things said it is much easier to do it with 2 people, because then somebody can firmly hold the fender flare in place while you start drilling holes in your brand new plastic to get these things mounted. Guys, they recommend that on the one push pin that you took out, to reinstall said push pin to kind of hold everything where it needs to be. And I can see, I think, what he's talking about too is I'm going to drill these out to re-put that, because I don't like how raw that looks. If that makes sense.
Yep, it makes sense.
Yeah, I think I'm going to reinstall that back over the top. But yeah, let's drill some holes. I don't know if I'm a fan of that, but it is what it is. So, okay.
Was almost your hand.
That was almost my hand.
Hole numero uno.
Yep. So I think what we're going to do, guys, is I think I am going to drill a couple holes to get it started, and then I am going to put a bolt and stuff in there to kind of hold everything together to make drilling these a little bit easier. So, all right, we'll get started on this. We'll throw up a time lapse, and let's get these fenders installed.
Flex it.
Their instructions, they say you're supposed to leave these off. I don't like the unfinished look, so I think we can utilize the old mounting points and just screw it back on. What's your thoughts, babe? What do you think?
I think it looks better with it than
I think
without
it looks
it.
better. So what I'm going to do is bring it in here a little bit. So I'm just going to drill a pilot hole through all of the retainers for the old torque spit screws, make it a little smaller, and then they'll self-tap and just run that in. So I think that's what we're going to do, and put that back on there. So that one's already got a hole. This is the only other one I got. Okay, let's see if that works. These are installed. I think it looks good. I think it looks really good. So what we did do here is we did put the OEM fender flare over the top. Now there was a pretty good gap between here and here. So I ran one of the extra bolts we had and just drilled a hole, drilled it in. And then I'm not a huge fan of how this side fit, as you can see. Not as nice as the other one. The mounting points are a little higher. Couldn't quite get it to conform like it was supposed to, but all in all, I think it looks good. I think fits are pretty good. And from a distance, if you squint, it's mint. You can't tell the difference, to be honest. What does the wife think of them so far? For 168 bucks, not bad, huh?
They're flares.
Yeah, they're flares. And it does kind of give a different appearance as far as the machine. It makes it look a little even bigger than it already is. So that's good. Now we're moving on to the front. For the front, so you have to pull out the one push pin that is located right there, and then everything else is just drill and bolt, nothing crazy. So as you can see, that one just goes up right in there and fits nice and neat, matches all your body lines and stuff. So we will throw the camera back up and start drilling some holes and get this front installed.
now I'm gonna have one of your Zins. Otherwise, I'm gonna end up knocking you down.
Yeah, you heard her. This is what I gotta deal with. 100 pounds of feisty is what she is. But what do you think of these flares? What do you think of them?
They're flares.
Yeah, they're flares.
Makes it look bigger.
And it does. It actually makes the machine look a little bit bigger with the flares on there. So that's, you know, before. And this is the look of after. Yep, it's a good comparison because you can see the ones back there without it and the ones with it. I don't know, I like the way it looks. So for 168 bucks, I think they're pretty good. So we are going to finish getting these installed, and then we will bring you back when we got the finished product, and then we will touch base again what the product is and where you can get them and the part number. That way, if you guys want to get yourself into some of these, and I know they've hit multiple different units, so let's get these buttoned up, and then we'll be right back. All right, guys, we are done. So that is it. Kimpex Fender flares. I will put the part number up in the description, and I will put it up on the screen right now. If you guys head over there, even though it shows that they are for Polaris Sportmans, they do have them for the Scrambler. As far as ease of access, you guys kind of seen, we walked through at the beginning on the install. It is pretty straightforward. By removing some push pins, everything seems to line up pretty well. I will say this in regards to these couple right here. You're supposed to come from the back side, but with a normal drill, it is extremely difficult to get them straight, because you'll see what happened here on this one, that we came out at an angle because of the drill hitting stuff as far as the wheel well is concerned. So on these, on the second one, we just drilled them straight in through this way, was able to hit the holes or get close enough that you can't tell the difference. But I think they are a great fit. They look really nice. They are really easy to install. The body lines came out very well, and I could see what the wife was mentioning. What did you say about in the front, Ashley? About like when you're turning
corners, if you're leaning into your turn, that you ain't gonna get a mouthful of gravel and bust your teeth.
Yeah, because that is one thing that was an issue with these. When you were turned one direction or the other without any type of protection, it was coming up and literally hitting you in the face and all that stuff. So there is a lot of added protection. Now, as far as these right here, we did reinstall those over the top of the fenders, and then we just ran that one of the extra hardware we had through here and tied it all together, and they're solid. I really do like the way they look, and it kind of changes the appearance of the machine as well. They are very blue, and I think when you add in the black mixed in with the already existing black plastics, kind of breaks it up, makes it look a little meaner. I mean, what's your opinion, babe? How do you think they just look cosmetically?
They look bigger too.
They do? Yeah, they look bigger because you got to figure tied in with this plastic and this, it all kind of goes very well together, and it's big. I really like it. So that is going to be it for this one, guys. We are going to get these pulled out. Wife wants to finally get a chance to take hers for a ride, so we're going to get these outside, boogie over to the gas station, because locally here in Mosinee, it is legal for us to ride on the city streets and through town, all that good stuff. So you get to ride it for the first time.
Yep.
Yep.
Garbage.
We don't need that. We don't need instructions. But anyway, guys, I appreciate each and every one of you. For all the new subscribers, welcome to the channel. For everybody that's been here from the beginning, appreciate each and every one of you. Couldn't do it without you. And if you want, mash it, subscribe, hit that thumbs up, hit that notification bell if you want to see content when we post. And what do we say, babe?
On to the next adventure.